Okay, the destruction has begun. We started ripping out the furniture here to gain access to the floor to be able to update our flooring. So we've got the couches out and all this gross stuff is back here behind it, including a bunch of gross dog hair and stuff I haven't vacuumed up yet. And we've got the dinette out and some of the stuff from the couch is over there. But yeah, we're talking about changing some stuff up here. We'd like this dinette to be much smaller. And we're even thinking about redoing it so that the dinette is over here on this side of the bus. Just a two-person dinette. And then have our couch over here on this side. It does introduce some problems. The heater, the coach heat, is located in the bay underneath here. So that is a return to draw cool air in. And there are some vents that are located underneath this cavity here. And they come out there. Is a heater vent. There's actually a vent right there. And there's a vent heater duct back behind here underneath this table. It comes out right there. So that's your coach heat when you're going down the road. And if we change this and we have a couch over here, we have to accommodate that. If we punt on it and we just have a smaller dinette, then this has to get modified so that this stuff is in further, which I can see that happening. Same thing over there. It's challenging, right? Of course, you got the wheel wells to deal with. There's a wheel well there and a wheel well there. We've got that ugly parquet flooring that we want to do something with. And I discovered that underneath this carpet, we still have bus floor. The original bus floor is under here with a lot of glue. And that's going to affect our ability to lay down a floor, because we were talking about just doing a vinyl floor, and that's not going to work on that because it's too bumpy. So I'm probably looking at doing a hard floor of some kind. So yeah, we're just kind of at the deciding stage. We also are thinking while we're at it and we've got this stuff out of here, we're going to go ahead and do something about this wallpaper, because it's from the 90s or something. It screams 1980 maybe, with the pinks and the blues in it. So we're, you know, that's the thing with these buses. You get into it, and then there's something, and then there's something else, and the next thing you know, you're tearing the whole dang thing apart. And I'm really trying to resist that. I want to go to quartzsite in January if coronavirus cooperates. And I don't want to get too far into this. And, you know, we've still got a refrigerator to install here as well. And we've still got a furnace that's given us some trouble that needs to get redone. So, yeah, lots of stuff to think about here. All right, we got the dinette tore out. bus heat on the 4106 comes up over here in this area from below, and the previous owner had fabricated some enclosure there to have that air come out around the dinette. So yeah, that pantry over there in the corner, that was attached to the back of the dinette. So that's got to come out. Okay, we're starting to tear out the carpet. Got the dinette out. Got the couch out. Got a bunch of stuff in here. We just kind of need to get out of the way and clean up here. But this blue-green carpet's going bye-bye. Okay, we got the carpet off the floor. What you're looking at here is the original bus vinyl floor. There's some relatively unscathed part of it there, with carpet glue on top of it, the remnants of carpet glue on top of it. So that's a challenging situation there. Some of it has come up in chunks, some chunks missing in a few places. I'm pretty sure why the previous owner didn't take it up down to the plywood. It's probably because in many areas it's probably really well adhered, and you might end up taking up hunks of the subfloor with it, which would be challenging. So over here, it kind of it looks like he sanded some of those ridges down there, kind of feathered them down out here. Now this is, this is glue here. Then you have parquet on top of what looks like, the runners. I'm not sure how you would describe it, but those things there, those grooves that are in the original bus floor to provide a good walking surface, traction if it's wet and stuff. That's what I'm thinking that is. But the rest of the floor is smooth. So, not 100% sure about that. But it looks a lot like what's under my bottom step out there underneath that rug. There's a slatted rubber surface there. So, yeah, we want to put a vinyl floor of some sort in here. We're looking at some of those that are like planks of wood. Well, they look like wood, but they're vinyl. Thinking about something like that. The floor is relatively level and flat, aside from this glue that's on it and the few chunks that came up with the carpet glue. So yeah, gotta think on this a bit. Now what we're gonna do in the areas where we've got the wheel wells is we'll probably cover those with a black carpet or something. They live behind other things. This lives behind the driver's seat and the dinette, and this one lives, you know, partially behind the couch and the driver's seat and some other things in this area. So you won't really see it, but what you will see will just be like black carpet. And then we'll have everywhere the floor is flat, we'll have that new flooring to be determined. And then up here under the driver's area, there was carpet carefully trimmed to go around everything down there, the pedals and all that stuff. So we'll probably have to do something similar there. You know, I kind of like that. I like those black rubber mats like they've got in my wife's Jeep. You know, they're perfect for a driving surface, form fitted. I don't know if I can come up with something like that for up here, but something like that would probably work well in the driver's area. So yeah, heck, that might even work well over these wheel wells. So yeah, we got some thinking to do here. Now, the other thing we're going to do is, this is all tore up over here, but this is a canned cabinet here that has canned goods in it right next to the fridge. And then we have this kind of little useless cabinet here where we keep our bottled water in and stuff. But what we're going to do is we're going to enlarge this and put a pantry in this area with pull-out drawers. That'll be a lot more functional, and it'll make use of this kind of wasted space here. I did find a little interesting thing down here. See this round thing in my floor here? Now, I couldn't read that before. I couldn't quite figure it out. The owner wrote a note on there what it says. But it says fuel gauge sender. You're reading it upside down, but that hole in the floor lifts out, and my diesel fuel tank is under there, and the sender is in there for the gauge. So yeah, that's helpful to have access to that. The pantry, unfortunately, well, the dinette partially covered that up. So I'm going to have to address that somehow. I want to retain access to that, so I'll make sure I do. Ideally, if that was in the bottom of the cabinet and you could get to it, that'd be awesome. So that's kind of the direction I'll be going for that. We're going to shorten up these dinettes. So they used to come out to here, and what we really want, just to give us a little wider walkway, because we have the dinette edge there. There's your entrance to the kitchen, and the couch kind of stuck out to about here, you know, so there's your walkway width. And what we're going to do is these dinettes, they were for 4, but you got to be 4 skinny people elbow to elbow, and really it's just going to be 2 of us. And so we're going to narrow this up. So we'll be bringing this back somewhere to probably right about here. So it'll be plenty wide, comfortable for 2 people, but our walkway will be more in line with that, which is where the fridge is, the edge of that cabinet. So we'll come out, it'll come this way, you know, so it'll be in that same width with the pantry we're going to build, and the dinette will just be a little narrower. It'll still make into a bed for 1, and yeah, that's kind of the plan there. The wallpaper is coming off. Got to remove all the trim so we can get to it, but the wallpaper is going to come off and get updated. And we're probably going to stop the project right here at the edge of the kitchen for now. You know, I really don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves and, you know, opening up additional cans of worms and stuff. We got stuff everywhere right now. We're running out of room to pile it. We got the dinette piled up over there by where the fridge goes. We've got the couch sitting out there, and we've got the other couple of driver seats out there, and we've got some new driver seats we're going to put in. That was fun getting that out. Because that bolt hole right there was on the other side of my air tank down in the tool compartment. So I had to get a really long handle 3/4 inch wrench on the end of that. I could just barely see, do by feel, get it on the nut there, unscrew that with the wife turning it from the top, and yeah, putting it back in ain't gonna happen like that. The tank's probably gonna have to come out in order to get to that bolt if it ends up being in the same spot. So yep, got a new passenger seat coming in too. We're gonna update the fabric on the couch. New cushions on that. New cushions on the dinette. So yeah, lots of work. Thanks for watching.